Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Nerf GelFire Dual Wield 2-pack. These blasters came out in 2022. It's part of the Nerf GelFire line and regularly retail for $29.99 USD. I purchased mine from Amazon for $17.99 USD. The Dual Wield pack comes with 5,000 GelFire rounds, 2 pairs of protective eyewear, and 2 GelFire blasters. These blasters have a double action trigger and a 100 round integrated hopper. Also, the recommended age for these blasters is 14 plus. Anyway, let's open the box and see what's inside. Alright, so here we have the Dual Wield pack fully unboxed, and as usual, we have our instructions. Very simple instructions. Tells you how to grow the gel rounds, load the blaster, how to use the blaster, and how to clean it. Here we have our protective eyewear gear. Very simple pair of safety glasses. The same kind of pair that comes with all the other GelFire blasters I've reviewed so far. But this time you get 2 of them. We have our pack of 5,000 dehydrated GelFire rounds. And now onto the blasters themselves. So you get 2 of these dual wield blasters. They're pretty much identical, except their color scheme is just kind of mirrored, but they function exactly the same. We have a safety underneath the trigger. When it's pushed back, means you can't fire. When it's pulled forward, it allows you to fire the blaster. So these dual wield blasters are double action, which means the trigger is not just there to fire the blaster, it's also there to prime the blaster, which is why we have this very long and relatively heavy trigger pull. So heavy, in fact, that they made the trigger a 2-finger trigger, so you use 2 fingers to fire the blaster. They both have integrated hoppers, which open up like so, and something I just noticed as well, other difference is their hoppers are also inverted. That's pretty much all the features with the dual wield blasters, so let's take them out on the range and see how they fare. All right, before we move on to our tests, let's load the blasters. Just gonna open that up and just pour these gel rounds to here, and they're going all over the place. So we'll need to figure out a way to load this without scattering them everywhere. Seems to be pretty simple, but also not simple at all, because I just dumped a bunch of gel rounds on the ground. So, all right, let's pull the trigger and see if it fires. Okay, seems to be firing quite well. We did have a couple of misfires, but it shouldn't be too bad. We'll see how reliable this blaster is. All right, so now that we have our blasters loaded up, let's go down the range and start off with our distance test. All right, so here we are at the distance test. As usual, for context, the chicken marks 25 feet, the swan marks 35 feet, the frog marks 40 feet, and the far back wall marks 50 feet from where I'm standing. We have here our dual wield blasters. I'm going to fire one of them a couple times and then move on to the other one and then fire that a couple times. Let's see how this fares. Oh, we had a couple misfires there. It seems to be going beyond the 40 foot mark. That one hit 50, 40, 45, a couple of 50s there. That one exploded in the barrel. Let's move on to our other one. Seem to be generally making it to the 40 foot mark. Some of them actually went to the 50 foot mark, though I would say its effective range is around the 35 to 40 foot mark. But anyway, let's move on to our accuracy test. All right, here we are at the accuracy test. As you can see, we have our targets set up over there. We're approximately 20 feet away. So we're gonna see how accurate these dual wield blasters are, how easy are they to aim, and if the double action trigger pull will affect accuracy, because they do have a knack of shifting the blaster around. We'll see how this goes. By the way, that is your side picture. I'm going to fire a couple shots out of this blaster and then move on to the other dual wield. See how this fares. Oh, hit the target. Missed. Missed. quite easy to hit targets. Seems to be pretty accurate. We'll move on to the other of the dual wield. Keeps misfiring. Come on, stop misfiring. This one seems to be misfiring a lot more than the other one did. Oh, they're coming out now. That's really weird. This one is misfiring a lot more than the other one. Let me try the other one again, see if it's just a fluke. And then we have this one here. Oh, there we go. I think it's just how the hopper system is. It keeps not loading the next round. Because if you tip it too far forward, it doesn't end up in the hole there. So I think that's what's going on here. But other than that, they are fairly accurate. They misfire because of the hole there. If you aim them too far down or too far up, they don't land there, and then it misfires. So, but anyway, with all the tests out of the way, let's take these blasters back to the table and give you my final thoughts. All right, here we are back at the table. We're going to be talking about the dual wield pack. I'm probably just going to refer to the blasters individually as the dual wield and just leave it at that, because I don't know if they have an official name or another name for them. Normally in these reviews, I give you my recommendation after I'm done talking about it. But in this case, I'm just going to outright say it. I don't recommend these blasters at all. And that is for one very big reason. It has nothing to do with the trigger pull. Trigger pull is fine, surprisingly light, and doesn't shift your accuracy and doesn't shift your aim that much, if at all. Build quality is really good. Even this plastic hopper here, this clear plastic, which I thought would be a little bit fragile, is actually quite strong. It has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with any of that. What it does have to do is with the hopper's design. So let's just show off the hopper design real quick. Just take the door off, which, by the way, apparently you can do that. But yeah, so here we have our hopper for the dual wield. And as you can see, we have kind of two chambers here. Rear chamber, flat area here, and it's being stopped by this little ramp here. And on the other side, or near the chamber, we have this area here where there is a slant that goes into the chamber. And this kind of just acts as the, I guess, feeding hopper area, and this is kind of the reservoir. Kind of a weird system. I don't know why it's not all slanted down into the hopper, and that's where the problems begin to rear their head. So during my testing, I noticed the blaster was misfiring a lot, and I found a couple of reasons for that. The first reason is pretty much universal with everything. It doesn't matter what angle you have, it doesn't matter how much ammo you have, it'll misfire under this circumstance. This is very similar to a lot of the other GelFire blasters, where the little bolt thingy here, when it goes forward, a lot of the other gel blasters, especially the Mythic, has a knack of, when it closes, it kind of launches the gel round out of the top instead of loading it. This blaster really does that a lot more than the others. The other time it misfires is when you're holding it straight and you have a lower ammo capacity. Because of this flat area here, they can't roll up this, and you just get a bunch of jumping, jumbled rounds over here, and you just constantly misfire. The solution to that is just aim down and shake them into the feeding chamber, but it really should just be able to be fired without having to kind of reload it. Another time is when you angle up too high because of this flat area here, or just at any kind of upward angle. Because it's flat, any upward angle is now going to be a downwards angle. It just all gets fed into here. Even the ones in the kind of feeding hopper area, kind of the feeding area of the hopper, they kind of roll up the other side of the ramp into the back part, making it so when you aim slightly upward, misfires from that. The problem is the same with aiming downward. However, it's with less ammo. Let's say you have maybe 10, 20, maybe 10 or 20 rounds. I didn't actually count. When you have like a smaller capacity left, they all just pile up here and they don't actually enter into the chamber. It's just super unreliable. The way I see it when you buy a blaster, it should be able to fire its entire ammo capacity relatively reliably. Pretty much maybe like, because this is 100 rounds, it should be like 5 or 10 misfire per load. But this thing's more upwards of 20, 25 misfires I've had with this blaster. You know, I can pull the trigger 100 times and 25 out of 100 of those times doesn't fire a single shot. Because of its reliability issues, I cannot recommend this blaster. Also, they're selling it for $30. $30 for something that barely works, in my opinion, unacceptable. But anyway, what do you think about the dual wield pack? Comment your thoughts about this blaster down below. Comment what else you want to see on the channel. Still looking for suggestions for 2024. It doesn't have to be blaster related. Doesn't really have to be reviews either. Let me know what you want to see on the channel. Be sure to check out my review on the Nerf GelFire Ghost, the sniper rifle GelFire blaster. Pretty cool blaster. Also be sure to check out my other reviews. I'll have both those linked at the end of the video. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.